the heart of Africa, where ancient traditions still thrive. Nestled amidst rolling hills and whispering palm trees lies the village of Mafongo. This close-knit community has preserved its cultural heritage for generations, passing down stories and customs that connect them to their ancestors. One such tradition was the annual festival celebrating the River of Life, a sacred waterway believed to hold both physical and spiritual significance for the villager. However, in recent times, the river had fallen into disrepair, drying up into a cracked and lifeless expanse. As a result, the once vibrant festival had lost its meaning, becoming little more than a shadow of its former self. It was during this time of cultural decline that a young woman named Zola Adebayo returned to the Mafongo village. A promising anthropologist, she had spent several years abroad studying various aspects of human society and culture. She was back home on what was supposed to be a routine trip to collect samples of the dying riverbed for her research. Little did she know that this seemingly ordinary task would lead her to an extraordinary discovery that would forever change her life. As she trekked through the parched landscape, the weight of her people's fading traditions pressed heavily on her shoulders. She could feel the spirit of the river, the very essence of her culture, slipping away with each step she took. Determined to revive the dying traditions, she pressed on until she spotted something unusual amidst the cracked earth. It was a small indentation in the ground, almost like a hidden crevice. With renewed interest, she approached and knelt beside it. And that's when she saw it, half buried in the red dirt. An ancient mirror lay silently waiting to be discovered. Its surface was tarnished, its frame intricately carved with symbols that hinted at a rich history. The mirror seemed out of place, like a relic from a bygone era that had no business being here. Yet there it was, calling to her with its silent mystery. Hesitantly, she reached out and brushed away the dirt, revealing the mirror's true magnificence. Its polished surface shimmered faintly in the harsh sunlight, reflecting the world around it in a distorted, dreamlike manner. It was unlike any mirror she had ever seen before. An inexplicable pull drew her towards it, compelling her to pick it up and examine it closely. As she gazed into its depths, she saw not just her own reflection, but glimpses of something more, something that lay beyond the boundaries of the physical world. Images flickered within the mirror's depths, fragmented scenes that seemed to exist just beyond the edge of her perception. These visions were not of this world, yet they resonated with a familiarity that sent shivers down her spine. They hinted at a connection between this mirror and the very essence of her culture, the same essence that she was desperately trying to understand. Overcome with a sudden urge to leave the mirror behind, she replaced it carefully in the ground, trying to ignore the unsettling feeling that now clung to her. But the mirror, it seemed, had a hold on her that she couldn't shake off. Visions of the strange world it revealed continued to haunt her, seeping into her dreams and clouding her waking hours. It was as if the mirror had awakened something within her, something that now demanded her attention. She knew she couldn't keep ignoring the call. With a mix of apprehension and determination, she decided to return to the mirror. Back at the dried riverbed, she found the mirror exactly where she had left it. But upon picking it up, she realized it was now slightly lighter, as if something had been drawn from it. Startled by this discovery, she quickly put the mirror down, but not before catching another glimpse of the enigmatic world it showed. The world seemed closer now, more accessible than before, and within it, she saw faces that bore an uncanny resemblance to her own, driven by a mixture of scientific curiosity and personal turmoil. She resolved to uncover the secrets of the mirror, but as she delved deeper into its mysteries, she inadvertently opened the door to a perilous world she never knew existed, a world where shadows held power and where her very existence was at stake. Meanwhile, in the heart of the village, the elders gathered in hushed tones, sharing tales of the past, each story weaving a tapestry of their rich heritage. Among them sat Nana Ife, Zola's grandmother, her eyes filled with wisdom and her presence exuding an aura of quiet authority. Her deep connection to the community's history made her a living archive of their traditions and beliefs. and she played a pivotal role in preserving their cultural identity. As the night deepened, the tales shared under the starlit sky became more ominous, speaking of an ancient evil that lurked in the shadows, waiting for an unsuspecting soul to stumble upon it. These stories, once relegated to the realm of bedtime now took on a chilling reality for Zola. Could this ancient evil be linked to the mirror she had found? Was she in danger without even realizing it? Determined to find answers, she sought out her grandmother, hoping to shed light on the mirror's true nature. Nana Ife listened patiently to Zola's recount of her experiences, her gaze unwavering and her expression grave. When Zola finished, a long silence hung in the air, broken only by the crackling fire. Finally, Nana Ife spoke, her voice low and resonant. "The mirror you found, child, is no ordinary object. It is a Kioo Vivuli, a mirror of shadows." Her words hung in the air, heavy with import. As the night wore on, Nana Ife wove tales of the mirror's origins, each story adding another layer of complexity to its already enigmatic nature. According to her grandmother's stories, the mirror was a portal to a parallel world. A world where darkness held dominion and where malevolent entities known as the Vivuli thrived. These creatures lived in the shadows, feeding on the life force of the and the mirror served as the conduit between their realm and our own. Zola listened, her mind struggling to grasp the fantastical yet terrifying tales being told. As the night drew to a close, she realized that the mirror she had found was not just an artifact, but a dangerous threat to her and her entire community. With the first rays of dawn, Zola knew she had to act. The mirror, with its growing influence over her life, had become a ticking time bomb. She had to find a way to stop it before it consumed her entirely, and so began a desperate race against time. With the guidance of her grandmother, Zola embarked on a perilous journey, seeking a way to banish the mirror and seal the breach between the worlds. Their quest led them deep into the heart of the forest, where ancient trees stood as silent sentinels guarding secrets of ages past. Here, the rules of the natural world seemed to bend, giving way to the supernatural. Every step they took brought them closer to the mirror's domain, and with it, the danger of being trapped in the shadow realm grew. Meanwhile, back in the village, strange occurrences began to surface, unsettling events that seemed to appear out of thin air. Animals fell ill, crops withered, and a palpable sense of unease settled over the community. It was as if the mirror's malevolent influence was seeping into the very fabric of their lives. The villagers, unaware of the true source of their troubles, lived in fear, their days filled with anxiety and their nights haunted by nightmares. As Zola and Nana Ife ventured deeper into the forest, the intensity of these disturbing events increased. It became clear that the mirror's power was growing, its malevolent essence seeping into their world with each passing moment. The forest itself seemed to be in turmoil, the trees groaning as if in pain, their branches twisting and contorting into unnatural shapes. The air grew thick with an oppressive darkness that sapped their strength and filled them with dread. Just when it seemed as though they might not make it, they stumbled upon a clearing. In the center stood a towering baobab tree, its massive trunk a testament to its age and wisdom. This, Nana Ife explained, was the heart of the forest, a place where the veil between the worlds was thinnest. Here they would perform the ritual to banish the mirror. But the path to this point had been fraught with peril. The ordeal had taken a toll on Zola, leaving her weakened and disillusioned. Yet she knew she couldn't give up now. The fate of her world, and perhaps her very soul, rested on her shoulders. As they prepared for the ritual, Nana Ife explained that to sever the growing bond between Zola and the mirror, she must offer something precious, something that represented the best of her human self. After a moment of contemplation, she reached into her pocket and pulled out a small velvet pouch. Inside lay a locket, a treasured heirloom that had been passed down through generations in her family. It contained a miniature portrait of her parents, a symbol of the love and life that had nurtured her. With a heavy heart, she knew that offering this locket would mean severing ties with her past, but it was a sacrifice she had to make. The ritual began, and as the words of an ancient chant echoed through the clearing, the atmosphere grew charged with energy. The baobab tree, acting as a conduit between the worlds, absorbed the life force of the mirror, slowly draining its power. The mirror, sensing its imminent banishment, fought back, lashing out with tendrils of darkness that reached for Zola, seeking to pull her into its shadowy realm. She stood firm, offering the locket as a final sacrifice. As the last notes of the chant resonated through the clearing, the mirror shattered, its malevolent essence dissipating into the forest. The battle was over, but the cost of victory weighed heavily on Zola's heart. The mirror was gone, but the experience had irrevocably changed. The boundary between the human world and the shadow realm had been breached, and she was now forever connected to the mirror world. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the land, Zola returned to the village. She knew that her life, as she once knew it, was over. The mirror might be gone, but its presence lingered in her reflection, a constant reminder of the dark forces that lurked just beyond our perception. The victory had come at a great cost, a cost she would bear for the rest of her days. Yet despite the shadows that now clung to her, there was a glimmer of hope. The mirror world was banished, and for now, her world was safe. As she looked into the eyes of her people, she saw gratitude and admiration, but also a hint of fear. They understood the danger she had faced, the darkness she had stared into, and they couldn't help but be wary of the changes she had undergone. Zola, once the bright and bubbly anthropologist, was now shrouded in a layer of melancholy. The vivacity that had defined her was replaced by a haunting awareness of the unseen world that mirrored their own. Her reflection, once a simple image of herself, was now a reminder of the other, the entity that had tried to replace her, and it almost succeeded. Despite the fear and uncertainty that surrounded her, Zola knew she had no choice but to move forward. The ordeal had left her forever changed, but it had also given her a new perspective on life, a deeper understanding of the delicate balance between the visible and invisible realms. With newfound wisdom, she became a guardian, watching over her people, forever vigilant against the shadows that threatened to consume them. And so the tale of Zola and the Mirror of Shadows became a legend, a cautionary story whispered around campfires, a warning to those who might stumble upon the secrets of the mirror world. If ever your reflection moves on its own, run, for it's not your reflection you see, but the face of your doom.